Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are doing well. Had a great weekend. I apologize for the nasal voice. I'm just coming off of an illness, but I felt as if this video cannot wait any longer. I do think this is probably one of the most important videos you will ever see within trading. As we know, or as many experienced, seasoned traders will know, about 80 to 90% of the market is psychology based, and about 10 to 20% is your technical skill set. So I felt as if after starting Arielfx over 3 years ago that this video is well overdue. This topic that I'm about to discuss with you is very serious, and it is also something that has helped change my life and changed many other people's lives. Understanding the concept of psychology. Psychology is one of the most important things on this planet that people really ought to understand. It teaches you so many different things about the world, not only in trading or investing. It teaches you how people interact with one another, how people respond to things, how choices are made, how people are influenced, how people buy and sell things, negotiations. It's all stemmed from psychology. So this video in its entirety will go over my advice and my experience after 5 years in the Forex market, trying to help you and set you guys up for success, to get you well equipped for the market ahead in a more psychological way. So this is the hard truth. There are a lot of hard truths within Forex. So if you are a beginner, I would highly recommend you take notes throughout this video, as this video you will probably come back to years from now. We will watch it and you will have a better understanding. But if you can soak in this information now, this will be invaluable to you. For the more experienced traders, some of you may know most of the stuff that I will cover. However, it is important to refamiliarize yourself with these concepts and with this understanding. I feel that anyone at any level of experience will benefit from this video. Now, this is something that I've been planning for a while now, and I felt it was much overdue to be talked about. Now, as most of you may know, throughout Arielfx's YouTube channel, IG, and all of our courses, we hone in on the technical aspects of trading. However, I do feel it is very important to incorporate a psychology part to trading. Many people overlook the concept of psychology. They don't really understand it and how to apply it to the markets. Again, 90% of the market is psychologically based. About 10% is your technical skill set. Now, I know that may make no sense, but as we go along this video, you will start to understand why psychology in the development of your own psychology in trading is so crucial to your advancement and experience and growth within this industry. So getting right into it, I'm going to go over some hard truths that I think everyone needs to have an understanding of. Now, this may be something that you may not like to hear. Some of the topics may be a little controversial. However, this is through my experience, and this, as a mentor, I feel as if this is absolutely necessary to discuss. The hard truths no one wants to hear. Number one, trading is not for everyone. Trading really is not for everyone. If you do not have the right mindset going into trading, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Traders go into it thinking they can get rich quick and immediately start making money. That's not how it works. There are specific processes and steps to your experience and your development that are 100% necessary for you to go through before you become a consistently profitable trader. And that's why 99% of traders lose and fail, is because they are instant gratificationers. That's even a word. They want to start making money instantly. They don't like the process. They don't like the fact that it's not going to work out for them immediately. Maybe within the first week, month, 6 months, or a year. They don't want to wait that long. People who don't have that right mindset, trading is just not for you. If you are lazy, traders only put in the work when they see others around them doing well. Many of you may relate to this. Have you ever seen a family member or a colleague or a friend making a lot of money and you feel as if you need to hop in the market right away to catch up to them because you may be jealous? Well, that's not the way of going about trading. You should not be trading when you see others doing well. When people don't take the time to properly learn a strategy and end up hopping around from strategy to strategy, being impatient with their trading, it creates laziness. It just tells me everything about that person's mindset. You need to stick to a strategy, learn it, develop it, and make it work for you. If you learn a strategy and you go to the charts and you can't see something right away, or you lose a few trades, I guarantee you it is not the strategy that's bad. It is you who's bad. You just did not take the time to understand it, practice it, and gain experience. Nothing good comes easy. Traders don't set goals and don't have a why behind their trading. Do you just trade just to see what happens? That's not professional. There needs to be a reason why you're trading. What is the ultimate goal? No one in this world does something just because. There's always a motive and an overall objective. What is your motive? What is your overall objective? What is your goal? Why are you trading? Is it to become financially free? Is it to escape your 9-to-5 job? To provide time freedom? Is it to help a family member financially? Or is it just as a hobby to make a couple dollars here and there? You need to understand your why, because that why, there is a very specific process on how to get to that specific goal. If your goal is to just make a few dollars here and there, well, you're probably not in it for the right reasons, and the market's just going to suck your money away. If you're in it for the long run and you want to retire and quit your 9-to-5 job or provide for your family, how is that going to happen if you are constantly hopping around from strategy to strategy, being lazy, not putting in the work, and trying to get rich quick? Like I said before, nothing good comes easy. It takes time. It takes experience. It takes patience. It takes self-motivation. It takes focus, dedication. There is a specific, well, not specific, but there is a long process that a trader needs to go through in order to hit that target or goal or objective of being financially free within the Forex market. It is no easy task. There's a lot of things to consider, and we'll talk about that as we go throughout the video. Traders quit when they fail. When instant gratification isn't immediately there, they give up. I find it rare to come across those who can embrace failure and know that it is a part of the process, which will lead to you succeeding if enough time and effort is put into it. I don't come across many people who understand that failure is inevitable within this market. Most people I know, or most traders out there, when they lose a few trades, one, they think it's the strategy that's bad, and two, they give up easily because they're not seeing instant success. This is something that is a big problem in this industry. This is why many people, again, like I said, 95 to 99% of people fail, lose, or just quit. The 5% who don't, probably 4% of those people will become consistently profitable, but then over time lose and fail and give up. But the 1% will conquer and they will win consistently and grow their wealth over a long period of time. So if you resonate with any of this, if you are lazy, if you do not have the right mindset, if you want to get rich quick, if you don't know the why behind your trading, then you may want to reconsider moving on to something else, because trading, simply put, may not be for you. It is not meant for everyone. Not everyone in this world is meant to be a trader. You have to really understand who you are, what you want, and then put a plan in place or get help from someone who has done this before to help you advance in your understanding and your growth. There is no such thing as the golden strategy. I cannot stress this enough. There is no such thing as a holy grail concept or holy grail strategy. The simple explanation to this is that it is not the strategy that's bad. Like I said before, it's the trader that lacks the patience and effort to make the strategy work for them. You can essentially make a strategy out of anything. As long as it is properly back tested, you follow a trading plan for it, and maintain good risk and trade management, you're good. But when a strategy immediately doesn't work for someone, they instantly blame the strategy, not taking into consideration that it's just them who doesn't know what they're doing. They probably haven't back tested it enough. They probably don't have a trading plan for it. They probably don't have a confluence or rule-based system for that particular strategy. They probably don't have the months or years with that strategy to make it work for them. So they give up. If it was that easy, everyone would be rich. Psychology is more important than your strategy. Like I said before when we first started this video, anyone can learn how to trade. Many people can properly control their, not many people can properly control their emotions while trading. This is probably one of the biggest issues in this industry today. Many problems that traders face: revenge trading. When they lose a trade, they have to win that back. They have to place more trades and try to make the money that they lost back. Over leveraging after a losing trade. You get angry, you get upset, you want to make that money back quickly in one trade, in a singular movement. So you over leverage. You go from risking 1% to 5% or 10% just to try to make that money back instantly. Not knowing when to call it quits for the day. Many traders keep trading. When they lose 2, 3, 4, 5 trades in a row, they won't stop trading because they want to make that money back. They don't know when to just call it quits and throw in the towel for the day. FOMO, fear of missing out, big problem. Many people or many traders will see a move in the market. They are looking for price to come to a specific area. And when it misses that level of interest and it goes in their direction and it keeps pushing without any sort of retracement, they think that they're about to miss the move in the market. So they get in late. They're then buying at premiums and selling at discounts. Then the market reverses and comes back to their original level. And as it's doing so, you're panicking because you got in at the very top or the very bottom in the opposite direction of trend. So when the market starts pushing away from you, you start to get scared. And then you exit your position early, whereas the position just came back down to its original level that maybe you had intended of buying or selling it in the first place, and then it continues. And then as you see that it's hit your level and started to push away from it again, you get in again at a bad price, buying at premium, selling at discount. You have to stick to where you originally are looking to buy or sell something. And if it misses it, you move on. You don't try to chase the trade. Tunnel vision. When people have, or traders have, a predetermined bias, that bias will oftentimes never change no matter what price does next, because no one wants to be wrong. People always think that if prices ought to come to some sort of level and it doesn't, that it still has to come to that level no matter what price is doing, no matter what price action is showing you. You have that predetermined bias, that tunnel vision in your mind, making yourself believe that price has to come to that specific level that you chose before, not taking into consideration that price may have formed, some other formation or broken structure that has totally invalidated your original setup. But yet you're still married to that bias. And that's how traders lose. It takes months to years to gain the proper experience. Like I said before so many times, nothing good comes easy. Practice, practice, practice is key. Over time, after doing the same thing over and over again, because we know Forex and trading is repetitive, it should be boring. It should be the exact same thing every time. It will eventually become second nature. It becomes much easier to distinguish between what is valid and what is not over a long time of seeing the same thing hundreds and hundreds of times. Have you ever got that feeling where you're not able to explain something when someone asks you a question? You know the answer to the question because you're so well versed in that particular topic, but you're unable to explain it the right way because it's just ingrained in your brain. You just know the answer, but you just don't know how to explain it the right way. I'm sure many of you have probably experienced that before, whether that be in trading, if you are a professional trader, or if you have another skill set somewhere else in this world. Many people will develop a very professional skill set, maybe not in trading, maybe some other industry, and they're so well versed in it that if someone comes to them asking them either a yes or no question, or more of an explanatory question, the person can't really understand, or that person cannot explain to them the answer, but they just know in the back of their mind what it is, but it's just so hard to explain it. Sometimes that's how I feel, because I've been doing this for so long and I've been seeing the same things over and over again, even though it's different every single time. Sometimes it's just hard to explain the reasoning why I'm looking at this area of interest, or buying here or selling here or whatever, just because through my subconscious, I just naturally know. It's just ingrained in me since doing this over and over again. That is what it's going to take in order for you to become successful. It takes months to years to gain the proper experience, probably more towards the years. Once you have years and years of experience behind your belt, you will have that same feeling. It is a feeling that no one can really describe. It just comes with practice. It comes with experience. No matter how much knowledge you have about a concept or a strategy, nothing truly beats experience, hands down. You may have taken courses, hundreds of courses even. You may have all the information in the world. You may have all the value. You may have watched every video out there. But still, you're still failing at the charts. Why is that? It's because you don't have experience, and there's no other caveat to it. There's no other explanation. There's no other way around it. You have to just have the experience. And that's why Forex, or really anything in this world, you cannot instantly become good at it and can sustainably do it without a proper level of experience and guidance. You may lose friends, not family. Now, what do I mean by this? In order to become a master or professional at anything, it will probably occupy a majority of your time. You will find yourself not having time for all of the nonsense people do in this world. When Friday rolls around, Friday at 5 o'clock, what do people automatically do? Their brain shuts off of work mode and they think, okay, I got to hit up some friends. Let's go out to drink. Their brain automatically thinks party time. Fun, 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 fun. That is the peasant lifestyle. That is the 9 to 5 lifestyle. That is the broke lifestyle. That is not the entrepreneur, rich, trader, business person lifestyle. That is not. You will have to sacrifice those things in order to get what you want. Because the sheep of this world, the herd, the majority of people are doing the nonsense, the drinking, the partying, the watching Netflix, the being lazy on the couch, not doing anything, not exercising, not working on their own goals and aspirations in this world. Those are the people who are going to be constantly in that rat race, constantly needing that 9 to 5 to pay for their life, not working their ass off and grinding so that they can retire at the age of 30 years old and then live the rest of your life while you're young doing the things you want to do instead of retiring at the age of 60 in a wheelchair, finally having the time freedom because you've made all that money through 40 years of work and now able to enjoy nothing because you are in a wheelchair at 60 years old and cannot do a single thing because you have arthritis. You see how the world works? You have to sacrifice things. You have to tell yourself when you're tired to keep going. You have to tell yourself when you fail, I'm not giving up. You have to tell yourself that there is nothing that will come between me and what I want. And if there is, get rid of it. So going to this, you may lose friends, not family. Friends can be replaced. Family cannot be replaced. I do not condone the behavior of losing family in order to pursue your dreams. I think family is one of the most important things that you have in this world besides our Lord Jesus Christ. You can lose friends all day long. New ones will pop up. There's so many people in this world, so many people who will be supportive of what you want and what you need, so many people who are like-minded to you. Surround yourself with those people and ditch the people who put you down. You don't need those people. Those people are not going to help you. They're just going to ruin your life. But do never, never, never lose your family members because you want to pursue something. Pursue what you want, but always hold strong your family. You cannot replace your family. That's number one. You cannot replace your family. About 5% of traders have a trading plan. Are you one of those people? I never really understood why people don't take the time to develop a trading plan for their own trading. I don't know if it's laziness perhaps or something else. A trading plan is absolutely vital in maintaining proper psychology. If you don't follow the same exact approach to your trading every single time with a rule-based plan for your entries, exits, partials, everything, you're essentially gambling. I would highly recommend you just go to Vegas and gamble there. You'll have a lot more fun losing. No need to gamble like that in the markets. It's the same thing. Highly recommend you take some time, take an hour out of your day. Everyone has an hour to develop a trading plan for your trades. A confluence-based checklist based upon the strategy that you have that you can print out, hang above your trading desk on your wall, that you can see every single day, because we know repetition creates habit. If you see it all the time, it just becomes ingrained, becomes a habit. And learn it, and use it, and apply it, and don't deviate from it. If you can do that consistently, you're already setting yourself up to succeed. You need a mentor. Now, this is something that may be a little controversial for most people. Most people think, well, I can do it on my own. I've done it on my own. Well, have you really? You know, are you actually sitting at a place where you are consistently profitable? This is making you a six-figure income every single year. You have no other means of income that is related to a 9-to-5 job. I'm not saying that you can't have other sources of income. That's always important. But is this something that you're doing consistently that is providing for your everyday needs? If the answer is yes, then keep doing you. Keep going. If the answer is no, it's probably because, one, you don't have a plan, two, you don't really have much direction, and three, maybe you do have a plan, maybe you are on the right path, but you just need that extra step, extra push. And that's why I say everyone really needs a mentor. Doing it yourself takes way too much time. I understand many people want to be self-sufficient, they want to be independent, they want to do it on their own. There is nothing wrong with getting help. I got help. Warren Buffett got help. Jeff Bezos got help. Every billionaire and millionaire of this world probably had a mentor, because you need to understand the habits and practices of people who have done it before. That's how you get to where they are. How do you know what to study and the habits to practice without working with someone who has already done it before? And like I said before, just about every single wealthy individual in this world that I know has had a mentor at some point in their life, myself included. Because when someone says they're self-taught, 99% of the time they're lying. Not to say that it can't be done, it just makes it a million times harder. Learn from someone who has already successfully done it. They will know exactly how to guide you the right way. Find someone who has the same personality as you, who trades the same way as you, because those are the people who are going to help you the best. They have already done it. They know the way. They know the processes. They know failure. They know how to get around it. They know psychology. They know how to trade. They know the right steps to take in order to be successful. Find people who are like that and use them, their resources. There are so many scammers in this industry. My gosh, makes me cringe every time I come across one on my Instagram. It's getting to a point where it's obnoxious. It's like the world is driven by scammers, not even just in the Forex space, but just in the world in general. It's like no one has any sort of brain cell these days to do something on their own. They have to scam people out of their hard earned money in order to make money for themselves. It's quite sad. So be careful who you associate yourself with in this industry. There are so many fake gurus, fake prophets, fake accounts, fake lifestyle, fake everything. Do not believe for a second that when someone's pulling up in a Lamborghini on their IG, that they're actually making money themselves in the market. Not saying they can't do it. I know people who have done it before. But most of the time, they're just cap. They're lying. And it's trying to promote themselves, making themselves feel good, making you buy their courses and their products. That's the only way they know how to make money, is they flex on fake accounts and fake profits and fake cars and fake lifestyle to entice you into purchasing whatever they have to sell, because they're driven by sales and not by trading. So just do a little bit of digging, do your own due diligence, and have a little common sense with who you speak to. Because these people out there that just try to sell you stuff through, again, fake accounts, profit, lifestyle, they're the same people who they can't do it themselves. They have failed time and time again, so they revert to scamming people. Because quite frankly, it's not that difficult. Because people these days are quite ignorant, to say the least. Hopefully that's not you. And if it is, before you join any group, before you take any course, before you give money to anyone, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence in me. If you want to potentially use me as a mentor someday and join our program, well, make sure that it's a right fit for you. Because I cannot stress that enough. There are so many scammers in this industry. And it's very important that you look into these people, do your research, make sure that their style of trading fits yours, and then get involved. Because like I said before, it is very important that you have a mentor, but you want to make sure you're on the right track and on board with someone who is truly legitimate and would care for your best interest. Now, this is a big one here. It is impossible. It is impossible to sustainably flip your account. I don't know why people do that. $100 account, $200 account, $50 account, whatever you have, you try to flip it. You're placing standard lots. What are you doing? Stop trading. Literally stop trading. You're going to blow you're going to give your money to the market. I promise you. You cannot sustainably do that. Do you think the hedge funds of this world who are managing billions or trillions of dollars, BlackRock does manage trillions of dollars, by the way. So there are hedge funds that do that. That actually may not be a hedge fund, I'm not sure, but look up BlackRock. BlackRock, probably one of the most highly decorated companies in the world. Anyways, do you think that they are flipping their clients' money? First of all, with that amount of money, it's impossible to do anyways because of liquidity. But even if there was liquidity for it, do you think that that's their goal, to flip $1 billion to $2 billion in one day? What happens if somehow the trade goes wrong? What if you lose? Then you lose billions of dollars, It's not sustainable. It's not professional. Why are you doing it? Don't do it. Because if you're going to flip your $50 account to 100 or 200 to 400 or even 500 to 1,000, eventually that luck's going to run out. You're going to end up losing eventually, and you're just going to start over from square one. You're going to deposit more money. You're going to try to flip that again. You're going to maybe get lucky once or twice. Then you're going to lose. You're going to deposit more money. You're going to try to flip it again because you don't know how to trade. And the cycle keeps going over and over and over again because you don't like to use risk management. You know why you don't like to use risk management? Because what's 1% of $100? Who wants to make $1 per trade? I guarantee you 99% of people out there don't. They want to make $20 a trade, $50 a trade. Why are you using bad risk management techniques? What if I gave you $1 million today? How would you treat that money? Would you do the same thing? If you say no, you're probably lying. The answer is probably yes, because you haven't developed the habit in order to do so. Guys, I know this is controversial, and if I'm triggering any of you, quite frankly, I don't really care, because you need to hear this stuff, because this is a big problem today. For those of you who are practicing risk management, who are practicing proper trade management, people who understand this stuff, kudos to you. My hat is tipped to you. Congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. But for those of you who can relate to this, you really need to take a step back and rethink what you're doing, because I promise you it is not sustainable. I've been doing this for 5 years, not flipping accounts, but teaching people and doing this consistently. It is not possible. Okay. You need to understand risk management, because how in the world are you going to manage $500 million if you want to start a fund, or maybe $100,000 if you want to do this full time, if you can't manage 50 bucks, or if you can't manage 100? You're not setting yourself up. You're not ingraining that habit into your mind. Again, everything here I'm talking about stemmed from psychology. When you deviate from psychology and let emotions take control, you're going to lose. Professionals and institutions, they don't do this. The average hedge fund does about 15 to 20% a year. So what makes you think that you can consistently flip 100 to 1,000 or to 10,000 overnight or in a week? 1,000 to 10,000% return? I mean, come on now. You guys need to wake up to reality, please. You need to understand what is realistic and what isn't, or else you'll just continue to lose money. Okay? 1%, like I said before, on $100 is $1. 1% on $100,000 is $1,000. The same percent return, different monetary value. Grow your account and you'll grow your wealth with the same percent return, instead of trying to grow your wealth unrealistically on a measly little account. Now, I'm not saying that, everyone should have a $100,000 account. I understand that's not how the world is. People can't afford, $100,000, and that's okay. If you have a $100 account or $1,000 account, that's okay. It's not a problem. But you need to develop the proper mindset before you can really start your trading. Because what happens when you start to really grow your wealth, especially if you're young, you start to grow your account and you want to be doing this for a living. Again, your why. For what reason are you trading? Why are you trying to do this for a living? Okay, well, you need to understand that in order to do something consistently over time and not lose, you have to use good risk management. In order to do so, you're going to have a large enough account size so that if you risk a 0.5% or 1% and only make, 2-3% a trade, or maybe 5-10% a month, then that is still going to be enough to cover your everyday expenses or your family's expenses. Stuff like this you're going to have to start thinking about. But many people will talk about how pips make you money. Oh, I made 500 pips this week. How much you make? I made 1,000 pips this week. How much you make? Pips do not make you money. Percent return does. Like I said before, 1% on 100,000 is $1,000. 1% of $100 is $1. It's the same percent return, but the person who had more money using the same percent return will make more money monetarily, even though it's the same percent. Also, if you have a 10 pip stop loss and a 50 pip take profit, that's a 1 to 5 risk to reward. That's 5%. if you risked 1% on that and you had 10 pip stop and a 50 pip take profit, you will make 5%. But then may have a 100 pip stop loss and a 500 pip take profit. If you risk 1%, you will still make 5%. 5% of $100 is $5, let's just say. So no matter what, if you have a 100 pip stop and a 500 pip take profit, or 10 pip stop and a 50 pip take profit, it's still 5% return if you win the trade. It's still the same monetary value on the same account size. So the pips don't matter. It's the percent return that makes you money. Don't quit your day job. Don't quit your day job. You don't need to. Honestly, you really don't need to. Unless you're at a point where you can go full-time, which we'll talk about in a minute. Don't quit your day job. It is important to maintain an adequate stream of income in case everything bellies up. It really does. It's really important. It also acts as an income source to fund and grow your account, right? You need to maintain a secure income stream to maintain your living expenses. So, for your spouse, children, savings, emergency funds, day-to-day responsibilities, whatever. You want to have that secure income. So, as you are growing and as you're failing in Forex, you still have that income stream to, live your life as you're learning and as you're failing, because you will fail, obviously. Every trader does. But through the process, you're still making money to, support your living. So don't quit your day job as you're learning. And eventually, once you succeed after you failed a lot, then, there are steps in which you can take to become full-time. Quitting your day job should only come when you are 100% certain that you can trade full-time. So I'll discuss this in further detail later on in this video. Most traders set unrealistic monthly return goals. This was already discussed within a prior slide, but here's the breakdown. The S&P 500, part of most retirement plans, many of you have this, achieves about 7 to 10% per year over the long run. Obviously, right now, we're down 20, 25%, maybe 30, I'm not quite sure. But overall, over the long run, historically, it's always going to be a linear uptrend, about 7 to 10% per month, per year. An average hedge fund, as discussed before, 15 to 20% per year consistently. Those are the top tier hedge funds. Yes, there are hedge funds that do 50%, 70%, but that's just a good year. If on average, they do about 15 to 20 consistently. Top tier hedge funds in the world. But a retail trader, they try to do 15 to 20% a month. That's 180 to 240% per year. You guys see where I'm going with this? You see why this is a problem? Because you're setting unrealistic monthly return goals for yourself, which is why you're probably losing, because you're over leveraging. You want to make that quick buck, and you don't understand how the investment world works. Guys, Forex is not a hobby. It's not a game. This is a market. This is a real world thing. And yes, it has ease of access for you to deposit, as low as probably $10, $20 into your brokerage account. So it allows you, the public, the retail traders, to get in the market instead of, just the institutions. But you have to treat it as it's your only source of income. When you start treating it as your only source of income, you get a lot more serious about it. You start to set a lot more realistic goals for yourself. So if you're trying to do 15 to 20% per month, or let's just say on average 200% per year, why isn't every hedge fund doing that too? Why are they only aiming for 15 to 20% per year, which is a phenomenal return, by the way? It's because they understand risk and they understand compound interest, they understand time, and they understand patience. If you're constantly failing, if you're blowing account, or you're not getting to where you want to be, it's probably because you're on that constant cycle of making a lot of money, then losing it, then making it, then losing it, then making it, losing it. You're not setting realistic percent return goals for yourself. You're over leveraging, and that's a big problem in today's society. Many people want to get rich quick, as stated before. So understand benchmarks. Obviously, understand what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, what is good and what is not. I would probably say 3 to 5% a month Trading is realistic. It can be done with good risk management, and it's feasible to do. And it's a great return. Many people think, oh, 3% a month. Oh, I'm way more than that. Okay, do 3% on $100,000 every single month, compounded over 20 years. Tell me how much money that is. I think you'll be quite happy. Most traders try going full time too early. People have predetermined timelines for their trading. 6 months and I'm going full time. 12 months and I'm going full time. It puts too much unnecessary pressure on your learning and experience. Just remember, everyone learns at different paces, so don't rush the process. If it takes you longer than your anticipated time, it takes you longer. If it takes you shorter, then great. But don't rush it. Don't say, oh, at 6 months or at 9 months or 12 months or 2 years, whatever, I have to go full time because that's what my goal was. If some people don't reach their goals, it's okay. Just adjust your goals and work towards them. A series of wins makes you think you're a master and ready to go full time. I see this so many times, and it's quite hilarious how people go on these big win streaks and they're like, oh, you know what? I'm a great trader. I'm going full time. Screw this. I'm quitting my job. I'm doing this. I'm a great trader. Whatever. That's not how it works. Is it just a lucky win streak? You got to be real with yourself before you make a decision. Do you know what full time trading entails? How much money do you need to have to support yourself and those around you? Do you have enough in your account to safely make that amount of money using proper risk management every month? What happens if you have a bad month or a few bad months? How does that impact your finances? Will you be able to manage your emotions with trading, knowing so much rides on your ability to perform? There's so many things to consider before even thinking about going full time. So many things to consider. And that is something that we do speak of in our program as well, is giving our clients the right necessary steps once they are consistently profitable to understand and take to understand when and how to go about going full time. Because many people have done it. I certainly have done it. It wasn't easy. But it is very important that you take the time and sit down and understand the process and what it's going to take, because everyone's different. Everyone has different expenses. Everyone has different lifestyles, so it's going to be different for everyone. So it's something that you need to take into consideration when thinking about going full time. So I always say that, if you have answers to everything that I just discussed and have been consistently profitable for at least 6 to 12 months, going full time may be feasible for you. I would consult with some family or friends or maybe even a mentor like myself. I could probably help you through some steps and maybe give you some guidance in that regard. Now, the good news. Okay, so the harsh news is over. How is there possibly good news, Nathan, after all of that nonsense, all of that harshness? I am crying my eyes out. Can you give me anything to wipe the tears away? Well, the good news is this. There's a lot that you can do to combat everything that I just talked about. And it's not that difficult. It will take some time, but it's really not as difficult as many make it to be. I know many of the concepts or topics that I just talked about may seem very daunting, may seem very intimidating, but I'll tell you that it's not as hard as you may think to overcome them. You just have to resonate with what I'm talking about and fix the problem and work towards your problem. You're not going to fix it overnight. You're not going to fix it in a week. You're not going to fix it in a month. But over time, if you really start to put the bad habits away and develop a plan and work with someone who can help you get you there, it's going to make it a lot easier. So first and foremost, trading, low barriers to entry, great even for beginners. Retail access to these markets have begun to expand over the last few decades. Anyone with internet has the ability to open a brokerage account and begin trading, essentially. The fees are relatively low. You don't have to pay in order to trade. There's no entry fee in order to open an account. There's higher liquidity and leverage, very high liquidity and leverage, which allows for people to trade even with something as low as $10. depending on your broker. So you don't need an insane amount of capital to trade with. The Forex market's 24/5, crypto's 24/7. And anyone at any level of experience can learn how to trade. It is not limited to seasoned pros. And you can trade and make money from anywhere in the world. You don't need an official trading desk. You don't need an office. You don't need to go into an institution. You can do it from the comfort of your home, in your pajamas, drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, just like I do every day. All right? The ease of access makes it super easy. Now, trading is immensely rewarding. In a monetary standpoint, it provides opportunity for sustainable living for you and your family. There is no cap to how much you can make. It's not like a job where maybe you make $70,000 a year or $80,000 a year and you're capped at that salary. Yeah, you'll get bonuses, but you will never make more than a specific amount, most likely. There's always going to be restrictions to how much money you can make. But with trading, there is no cap. The sky is the limit. You can make $1, you can make $100 million. You can make more than that. There's no limit to how much you can make. It is all dependent upon how much time and effort, energy, and patience you put into it. See, many people are very good at their jobs, their 9-to-5 jobs. Many people, unfortunately, are capped at the amount of money that they make, no matter how much time and effort, and energy, and patience they put into it. They could be the best of the best of the best. They're still going to get paid the same amount. But with trading, it provides, that ability to expand your salary, quote unquote. It's all dependent upon what you do with it. And that's really good for people who want to do this for a living, because it provides them that opportunity to make them as much money as they want. Earning potential can fund just about anything. Your dream car, dream house, dream vacation. This should not be your only goal, though. There's more to life than just material things, but you will be able to fund anything and everything that you could ever dream of, obviously with the right experience in trading. But again, there's no cap to how much you can make. Trading is immensely rewarding, the non-monetary side. Well, again, it provides the freedom to work anywhere in the world. You're not subject to a 9-to-5 job, having to do every demand of your boss, because you are your own boss. You decide when you want to trade. You decide when you want to pull the trigger for a trade. You decide when you want to do X, Y, and Z. You're not limited to, what your boss tells you to do. You don't have to take demands or do things that you don't want to do. Now, trading does require an immense amount of focus and dedication, but at the same time, you're able to learn and grow at your own pace and trade when you want to. It gives you the time freedom to enjoy the precious things in life. Raising a family, vacations, new hobbies, whatever it is you like to do, since you're not subject to the constant saying, oh, I can't, I have to work. You ever experienced that before? Or has someone said that to you, or you said that to someone? Maybe a couple of friends asked you, hey, look, we're going to this mountain vacation or beach trip or whatever for the weekend. We're going Saturday to Tuesday. You want to go? Oh, sorry, I can't. Got to work. Oh, sorry, I can't. Got to work. Why? Why do you have to work? Because you have to make money. Okay. Well, is there other ways of making money? Yeah, there are other ways of making money. Trading's one of them. There's so many other things. So why are you limiting yourself to having to work that job to make the money? I know many people have responsibilities. I'm not saying, a job is a bad thing. A job is just a temporary solution to a long-term problem, right? So obviously, some people, you need jobs right now to provide for your family. That's 100% acceptable. But over time, if that becomes the same problem for you over and over, sorry, I can't, I have to work. Sorry, I can't, I have to work. Sorry, I can't, I have to work. Do something about it. It's possible. It gives you that time freedom. You don't want to have to say that. You want to be able to be like, oh, okay, it's a Tuesday afternoon. Let's go on a road trip for a few days. Why? Because I don't have anything to do. I don't have to work. I don't have to report to anyone. Because you do things on your own time. And that's what that time freedom allows for you to do. You know, you have more time to work on your mental and physical health, relieving stress and anxiety, and potentially becoming a happier person as a result. Many people, when they work, they don't have time to exercise. Exercise is absolutely crucial. You know how happy it makes you to exercise? It really does. It does improve so much in terms of your mental state when you exercise. Those of you who do not run, go on a run one time. You'll see it. Those of you who do run, you know what I'm talking about. You get that runner's high. You feel amazing afterwards. So you're able to work on your physical health, getting yourself in shape, eating the right foods, focusing on nutrition, and just relieving stress, doing yoga, doing exercises, stretching is important. You know, when you have the time to do this, when you're not bogged down by 9 to 5 and other responsibilities, it improves your well-being. It improves your mental state and mental health. Now, everyone has the time to do this, so you can't make an excuse. You will have to find time. There is time in the day to get in some exercise, to work on whatever you need to work on, and keep up with your wife and kids and spouse or whatever, and a job. You can do that. However, you know, many people don't because after they wake up, they work at the end of the day, they do laundry, they cook dinner, and they want to relax the rest of the day. And then what? They're feeling sluggish, you feel depressed, you feel lazy. It's probably because you're maybe, and I don't know, I'm just saying in general, are you eating the right kinds of foods? Are you exercising? Are you lifting weights? Are you doing everything to take care of yourself? That you have one body, take care of it. You know, it gives you that time to be able to pursue the things you want to do and make yourself a happier person as a result. You are able to give back to others. Now, this is awesome. I love doing this is why I do it. You know, teaching the skill to other people to help them positively impact their life is something that if you haven't done before, I really highly recommend that that's something that you aim for because teaching someone something that you have done yourself to impact their life in a positive way, it one brings so much joy to them because you have helped them, but it also brings so much peace, inner peace within you, and a sense of accomplishment. So that's something that is a great feeling. And that's something that we all have really the obligation to do to others. It's not something that we should do, it's really something that we have to do, in my opinion. I think if you're good at anything in this world and you're able to help someone with the skill that you have, you are morally obligated to do that for the further advancement of humanity, to help your fellow neighbor. I totally 100% agree with it. You know, you're able to give back and potentially retire your parents, help out another family member or a friend financially. You're able to donate to charities, establish organizations and nonprofits, volunteer in your community, and help so many people in need. You know, obviously, you don't need boatloads of money in order to do this. And I strongly encourage you all to help people no matter how rich or poor you are. But money does help in being able to give back on a much grander scale. So, people who, you know, if you're not financially well off, you're still able to help. You're still able to give. Whatever you have, you should give, right? But if you have a lot of money, it does help on a grander scale. You're able to set up these large organizations and charities and help a mass population of people. And that's part of my goal here. My goal is to set up an organization or some sort of nonprofit to help unfortunate people find work. Now, I I see so many homeless people out in the streets begging for money, but I just don't know in the back of my mind. I don't know, are they going to go buy drugs or alcohol with it? If I knew they would go buy some clothing or food, then I would help them. And sometimes I do. I go out and I give them a meal or I give them a piece of clothing because I know what are they going to do with that? They're going to have to use it for the right reasons, right? But I also want to help them get back up on their feet. And if they want to help themselves, but don't have the means or don't have the money or the education or any help to help themselves, that's something that I want to do. So not just helping them out for a day, but setting themselves up for their future, helping them find work, find a job, something that can really get them back up on their feet and help them for their entire life. And that's why I do this too. That is why I have developed a program in order not to help you, make a few bucks here and there with signals, because we don't do signals, but set you up in the right manner, the process and program that will help you for your whole entire life. And that goes into my last part here. With the right guidance, the process becomes so much easier. With the right education coupled with the right mentorship and guidance, you set yourself up for the best chance to succeed. Any great mentor can provide you with all the information, all the resources, all the mentorship and education you need, but it ultimately comes down to what you do with that and how hard you work that determines how successful you will become. So that is why originally when we first started Arielfx, we were a signal service company. We tried to help people financially, and that just turned into instant gratification. People being lazy, not having the right mindset, not understanding proper risk management, and they were just taking trades willy-nilly, not having any understanding of how investing or trading works. And it just created so much dependency and not enough self-sufficiency within their trading. So we wanted to change that. And our mission in Arielfx is to be the mentors that we wish we had when we first started trading. We have gone through thick and thin. We have gone through just about any problem that you may have faced, any problem that you currently have. Reach out to me. I can probably relate to it. I've probably been there before in regards to trading. But we wanted to sit down and think about all the problems that we went through and how we can solve those problems the best possible way. Providing solutions to those problems so that you don't have to go through the same crap that we went through when we first started. So that process can be a lot smoother and faster for you, right? So we wanted to provide educational platform coupled with a positively reinforced continuous growth, education, and mentorship platform. So we don't only want to teach you how to trade and how to have the right psychology, but to work with you one-on-one, working towards your individual goals, to develop you over time, to give you that reinforcement on a day-to-day basis through the knowledge you've obtained through our program, to help you reach your goals over time, to help you become that fully funded six-figure trader that you want to be. So if you're interested in learning how we do this on a day-to-day basis with our clients, or you just want to hear more, feel free to hop over to our website, www.arielfxtrading.com, and book a free consultation with one of our traders and see if not only if you're the right fit for us, but if we're the right fit for you. We want to make sure that we are providing the right service for you based upon your needs and goals and mindset. Keyword mindset. We only work with a specific set of individuals, specific set of traders. And if you don't meet specific criteria, well, then unfortunately we have to disqualify you from our program. But if you do meet specific criteria, then we would love to work with you. And we provide you an actionable, personalized, individual plan that you can take that's based upon your lifestyle, your goals, your needs, your trading habits, to take you from wherever you are to where you want to be, again, over time, because that's what it takes. Experience, experience, experience. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this provided you with a lot of value. I would highly recommend going through this again, taking some notes. I know a lot of this may have been controversial to you. I am not the person to sit here and apologize for that, because all the stuff that I went over is real stuff. It is something that I feel everyone needs to know, and I don't feel bad holding that stuff back. And I know I may come across as harsh, but if you take this to heart and really implement what I'm telling you and change your trading behavior, I promise you'll thank me later. I'm no like guru or professional or the best in the world. I'm a very seasoned trader. I've been doing this for a while now. But we all have our faults. We're never perfect. I am not perfect. No one in this world is perfect. But there are specific ways in which we can go about guiding you or you guiding yourself the right way. And hopefully this video will inspire you to make some change. Even if you're not a part of Arielfx or considering to be, that's okay. I hope this video really helps you to change some behavior that you're currently struggling with. Maybe you're almost already there, but you are struggling with, not knowing when the right time to go full time is, or having unrealistic percent return goals. Just simple stuff like that. Even if you took one thing from it, I'm sure it was worth your time. So guys, have a great rest of your day. Happy trading to you all. Stay safe and take care.